Hey everybody, it's Eric Freshley here. Uh, I haven't made a short video like this in a while, just kind of talking about a topic, but I wanted to bring this up because if you follow my Twitch, my YouTube, I've been obsessed, or a new podcast. I've been obsessed with MultiVersus. Absolutely crazy about it. It's like all I want to play. I have to play some other games just for the sake of having content on my podcast. But I really am wanting to play is MultiVersus and thinking about MultiVersus and talking about MultiVersus. And unfortunately, I got some bad news about MultiVersus today. Um, and it's not. I mean, everybody kind of knows the news by this point, but I wanted to contextualize a little bit. Uh, the IP rights to Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit have been sold to the Embracer Group. Now, leading up to this, Gandalf, he was data mined in MultiVersus a long, long time ago, and he was in the original leak when this game was, before it was officially revealed, it was just leaked out. But recently, in the recent builds of the game, all references to Gandalf, all the Lord of the Rings, there were two Lord of the Rings stages, all the Lord of the Rings music, all that stuff has been wiped out. And I think this Embracer deal is why, as we know. Now, there's a lot of people out there. I see it on the MultiVersus subreddit now, who are thinking, well, this could be good news because it seems like the Tolkien estate was hard to deal with in regards to getting this content into MultiVersus, and maybe Embracer will be better. Well, it's not good news, and it actually has very little to do with Embracer. It has to do with WB. And here's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to put a link to this story in the description. But Variety reported back in February the IP rights to this have been, it's been known for months now that they were going to go up for sale and somebody was going to get them. And way back in February, Warner Brothers was fighting against that because the deal with a lot of these stuff, and you see this with Spider-Man over at Sony and stuff, as long as you keep making movies, you keep the rights. And they had not made a Lord of the Rings movie in quite a long time, so the company, or they were called Sol Sol Zenitz, I might not be pronouncing that right, they assumed that the rights reverted back to them because they were the original owner. But Warner Brothers insists they are making a Lord of the Rings movie. It's an anime, but they are making one, so they get to keep the rights. They think so. There's a legal fight there, or there's going to be a legal fight. At least they're gearing up for one. And Warner Brothers can't say, Embracer, we do not recognize your ownership of the IP rights to Lord of the Rings, but also can we make a deal for your ownership of the IP rights for Lord of the Rings so that we can get Gandalf in this game? It doesn't make sense. As long as Warner Brothers is going to fight this sale, they can't also bargain for this sale. It just doesn't add up. So unfortunately, I think, until this stuff gets figured out and sorted out, which is probably not going to be like immediate. It's probably going to be a long fight. Either Warner Bros. Is going to win, and then there's no problem Gandalf's in, or Embracer's going to win, and they're going to, have to negotiate then. But, until that happens, I don't think you should count on Gandalf coming. I think he's done in MultiVersus probably, and that's unfortunate. I'm not even a Lord of the Rings fan, but it's unfortunate. He's a popular character. It would have been neat to see. Um, and some more characters have got some bad news, unfortunately. Now these ones have not been. There's no indication they were going to come to the game anyway. Um, I'm talking about characters like KO from OK KO Let's Be Heroes, Mao Mao from what's it called? Mao Mao, the Heroes of Pure Hearts, characters from what's that train one? Oh darn it. Oh, that's frustrating. But there's a lot of kind of Cartoon Network characters is what I'm getting at. WB Discovery and their infinite wisdom, the new ownership there is writing a bunch of these shows off. What that means, they've already been taken out from HBO Max, but it also appears they're going to do a tax write. Oh, Infinity Train, that was the name thing. It also appears they're going to do a tax write off on them, which means they will stop owning taxes or stop paying taxes on owning them. And by the way, I'm not an expert on this, so I'm kind of just this is my understanding. If if you need the like actual legal exact wording, I'm probably not the guy. But they will stop paying taxes on them, but then they don't own them anymore. They cannot use them anymore if they go through with writing off all these projects. So that means, in the future, if Player First Games wanted to add KO, or they wanted to add Mao Mao, or they wanted to add somebody from Infinity Train, they cannot. If WB goes through with it, they are done, and that's unfortunate. This whole thing is about WB killing all these shows, pulling them, not just canceling, like, oh, they're not gonna make any new episodes. They pulled them all down from HBO Max, and they're gonna basically wipe them from, like, there's a good chance a lot of these you will not be able to legally see ever. And that sucks for many, many reasons, but our focus here is on the MultiVersus aspect of it. So again, KO, like, okay, I'll admit I didn't grow up with Cartoon Network. I've never seen a lot of these shows, but I've been kind of looking at the different web pages and watching different clips on YouTube and everything kind of since this news started happening. Like KO and Mao Mao especially, I think they would have made really great characters in this game with interesting gimmicks. KO kind of has my understanding, he has a leveling up system like throughout his whole show, like an RPG or something. He starts in episode 1 in the pilot, he's level 1, and kind of by the end he gets up to 99. So like he could have an aspect, something they'd have to play around specifics, but something where he starts a fight or starts a life really weak, but the longer he can stay alive, or the more damage he takes, the stronger he gets, the stronger his attacks are, in order to reflect that. Just stuff like that. It could have been really, really neat, and now that's just all out the window. So I wish I had some better news for you. I mean, don't get me wrong, this game still has, it's doing great. It's got a hell of a lot of players, and looking at the upcoming characters, they still have a lot to pull from. The only thing I worry about now is the WB discovery aspect. I know Tony, I'm sorry if I mispronounced this, Tony Huynh, who's the director of this game, says that the stuff doesn't affect them. But hey, if it means fewer characters they can choose from, then that will start to affect them as they, get through the characters that they want to do right now. So, but anyway, I am not real happy with WB Discovery right now. I'm very happy with the game. I'm very happy with Player First Studio, but keep your eye out on this situation, because I think there's some bad news afoot. There already is some bad news.